This. Dealing with your family isn't always the easiest thing to do, but there are some easy ways to get everyone back on track and make yours the best family you can have.
For years, we have seen inspirational speaker, the ever-youthful Troy Dunn, also known as the Locator, reunite families, and today he's here to share his strategies for repairing relationships. You are the Locator.
The Locator.
Thanks for finding us. I love this.
You're going to introduce me from now on wherever I go. Just the way you say that. I want that to be my ringtone.
Look at this guy.
He loves it.
Looks the same as you did on the Sally Jesse Raphael
Oh,
show.
yeah, absolutely.
Remember all those shows when you'd get families back together?
You know, 25 years, we've done 40,000 of them.
That's unbelievable.
In 25 years, I know.
Wow.
I came today just to see my dear friend Amy.
Oh, well, who doesn't come to see Amy every day?
Amy and I hung with Sally back in the day.
Yeah, back in the...
She's talking about nobody that hasn't changed. Does she not look 16?
No, you look amazing.
Well, you talk about reuniting families. This book is about keeping families together.
Yep.
How did the book come about, and what's the real takeaway from the book?
You know, after 40,000 reunions, if you do something that many times, you begin to see patterns in relationships. I got to see what broke people apart, what put them back together. So at the aggressive urging of my dear friend Dr. Phil, I wrote the book. He said, you know, everybody thinks you just find people. People don't even realize that before you find them and after you find them, you're trying to put back to the pieces. So, so I use those strategies. I do it for my own family. If you see on the back of this book.
Your family is beautiful. You have 8 children.
That is my wife and 8 children.
Good
wow.
grief.
And you've been married for like 98 years.
Exactly.
People don't know that you're...
Exactly. Do the math. But anyway, so I've used those secrets that I've discovered along the way in building my own family. And so Dr. Phil said, why don't you share them with others? And so that's what we've done.
Well, now, in the book, you talk about myths. You dedicated actually a whole chapter to them, and you say that they can destroy marriages and families. Let's get into some of the myths. The first one that you say is that one of the myths is people just drift apart.
Yes. There's so many things that we like to say because they just make good phrases. We're always looking for a way to explain our behavior. Like, oh, we just drifted apart. Well, people don't drift. It's like a boat. A boat only drifts when the motor's turned off. So you have to stop building a relationship to begin the drifting process. So I like to take people's excuses from them so that they then require themselves to do a little bit more work. Because the fact is, most relationships, most families can be fixed and improved.
I'm guilty of this one. You say that when people say actions speak louder than words, that's a myth too?
Another cute phrase. Well, it's not that it's a myth. It is true that actions speak loud, but so do words, both positive and negative. I mean, some of the most abused women in our society aren't being physically touched, but they're being psychologically shredded about their looks, about their intelligence, about all sorts of things by really bad men. So words can be damaging. And then a lot of guys never come out and say the things that you need to hear. You know, in my experience of reuniting families, I brought people together who've been apart for 30 years, and all they were waiting for was, I'm sorry.
And if you can't say something nice, dig deeper.
Wow.
I like that.
Yeah, that's true, because it takes work to build a great relationship, but it is so worth. I believe the majority of problems in America, in the world, could be solved if we had better families.
That's very true. But now let's go to another myth that you talked about that I heard on my wedding night so many times. Never go to bed angry.
You heard that on your wedding night?
On my wedding night, people were coming up to me and giving me advice. They're like, never go to bed angry.
Everybody says it. Everybody says, well, do you have any advice for the young couple? It's always, don't go to bed angry. I was like, that is a horrible, it's a cute little line, horrible advice.
But then what is your suggestion?
Sleep it off. You know, at the end of the day, your energy is so low. The time you want to tackle a relationship problem is not. Ask an officer what time of the day they go to most domestic disputes. It's in the nighttime. People are so exhausted. And you'll just say things you're going to regret tomorrow. You'll spend half the night arguing, the other half laying there going, I can't believe what he said. Far better, rest, reapproach it tomorrow when you're fresh.
Last myth, we want to talk about timing is everything?
Timing is not everything. It's only something. It's another one of those things people use as an excuse to get out of doing something. Well, I want to talk to my husband about this. It's just not the right time. We should do this. It's just not that. Timing is not everything. It's just something. The best time to do something is when it's on your mind.
These are such great tools because, as you said, families are the fabric, but you went above and beyond with your relationship. You talked about your wife, you talked about your 8 children. What do you think is the secret to your family's success? You have 8 kids. That's not easy.
You know what? Jennifer and I, we're high school sweethearts, and clearly the word compromise, you know, the word promise is in compromise. And I believe that when you make a promise to somebody to build a relationship, you are committing to them that you guys will work together through whatever it is. And I wish our society would get back to a place where relationships weren't so disposable.
Wow.
That's what I'm trying to do, which is why I call family the good F word, because it's the new word that I want people to start embracing with excitement, that family is fantastic.
Well, we have just scratched the surface. It is packed with great advice. Troy Dunn, thanks so much for joining us on the couch.
Thanks for introducing me with such great enthusiasm.
Oh my gosh,
Absolutely.
please come
The
back.
ever young.
And your energy is so amazing.
And you
Please.
can find Family, the good F word on sale now. Yeah, it says F on the cover, but it's grade A.
Thanks.
Thank